Happy Life, chapter 112. Read something comforting and inspiring every day, however brief. Make it a habit. It will enrich you with joy, dispersing the dark clouds that may envelop you afterwards and providing you with well-being should something unpleasant come up. Everyone needs a good counselor, and in the pages of the Gospel, you will find sure guidelines and words of wisdom for every occasion. If people would only think before acting, they would avert countless evils. Be one who does, even if others do not. Okay, so this is something that we talk actually quite often, and it's indeed extremely helpful. The habit of reading, if it's something brief, or this is basically what we are proposing here, right? We do like a 5 minutes reading, 5 minutes meditation on some brief topic. But what this does is kind of sets the tone for our days and helps us to stay connected throughout the day. So Joanna proposes that we make this a habit, and that this habit will help to fulfill our life and our days and minutes with joys, and to disperse the dark clouds that may envelop us afterwards, because our days are full of challenges, are full of conflicts and difficult situations. So, very often we deal with unpleasant and difficult situations, but when we set our minds from the beginning of the day, or we have a time in the day that we stop to do something that is positive, that is constructive, that is altruistic, and that kind of protects us, because you took that time, you kind of prime and set your mind before the day starting, or in the middle of the day, you open that space for something really good. And so it helps whatever has happened or whatever will happen will be, dispersed by this setup. And and we have been talking about it, about the importance of the mind, how the mind is so powerful. So when you feed your mind with good content, it helps you, it strengthens you, it gives you elements to deal with that day. And so anything negative becomes less powerful, and it takes less space within you, because you have something, you have already fed and nourished your mind and soul with something good from the get-go. So everyone needs a good counselor. So in the pages of the Gospel, or if the Gospel is wonderful. Some people might choose a different reading. It doesn't matter. What we really talking about here is anything, and doesn't need to be spirituous per se, but anything that can help feeding our mind with positivity, because we live in a world that is loaded with negativity, and our day-to-day is filled with challenges, and it's very difficult for us to keep our harmony as we go through all these difficult obstacles that life naturally brings. So if people would only think before acting, and that's really what makes us humans, right? This is the exercise that we are doing right now. We come from a very instinctive life where we are very reactive to everything, and what we're invited to do right now is to think and then act, so that we can avert countless evils, countless situations of disharmony, of imbalance, because we took the time to think, and we prime our mind, we fed our mind with goodness, with something that is constructive. So when it's time to act, we have resources that we are reading, that we are meditating, that we are thinking on a daily basis, and it's there in our minds. It's easier to tap into, it's easier to withdraw from this bank that we are building within ourselves, so that we can actually take action, and our actions can be guided towards goodness, towards love, and therefore we create a positive karma in our lives, and we set ourselves up for happiness, because happiness is deeply tied up with goodness and with love and with positivity. So let's give it a try and continue on with our meditations, with our reading, and making sure that we are nurturing and feeding our minds with good things every day.